Hangout Radio, powered by 92 Zoo. I'm Tony. Good afternoon to you, and we are fortunate enough to be joined on the bus by two of the members of Greta Van Fleet, Sam and Danny. Thanks so much for coming by, guys.
Of course. This is a fantastic bus. I'm very impressed.
We're actually we're selling timeshares of air conditioning. You know, just walking around the beach. Come in for 15 minutes.
That's a good way to do it, man.
So yeah, a little side money. You know,
yeah.
Local radio. It doesn't make
making
any
a killing.
money,
I guarantee it.
Well, speaking of making a killing, it has been a crazy year for you guys for sure. Things just going nuts. Got in the studio in January. I heard
something like that. Was it?
It was around January.
So got the debut album on the way. Of course, a lot of people familiar with the songs from the EP and stuff. What kind of, you know, most of us have heard Highway Tune and some of the big hits and stuff like that. What should we expect that will be different, and what will be the same about the music that you've been recording for the upcoming album?
I think that we've got a good mix of what we have done and where we're going and where we will be, and you know, so I think between everything, I think it's a really great complete thought. You know, there's lots of really just out there, just in your face rock and roll, and then we calm it down a little bit for a little bit more like folkier, like ballads kind of things.
One of the biggest differences was, you know, we have as much time really as we want now to work on this piece, and that was for the other EPs we didn't have that much time, so it was. Difference.
I can't imagine where you're finding the time, though. You guys have been very busy. I know being on tour, playing these bigger and bigger venues. As the venues get bigger, and it's stuff like Hangout and Coachella, has that changed your approach to doing these live shows? Is that changing how you're thinking about writing the music?
I think the playing of the shows really does count. You know, it changes you as a musician when you play like we always have been. But I don't think the big shows are any different than you know, the headline shows, or even, you know, the smaller shows, or even if we're doing like a little acoustic thing. But I think that's all experienced in the right direction, and you can. I feel like you can hear that on the record that we've matured, you know, in the past year, playing show after show, you know,
right.
5-6 shows a week.
For sure. How did it feel going basically home? I mean, to Detroit and playing 3 sold-out shows. And I think I read somewhere that they were like, you could have totally played more, but 3 sold-out shows at the Fillmore. How did that feel going home to that?
They're actually coming up. They're after this weekend.
Oh, okay. I've heard that they were booked. That's this weekend.
Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday are the shows.
Well,
and we are so excited.
I can only imagine that's going to be a blast, and to get home for a little bit too. But just you know, being able to go back like we did it. You know, nobody wants to go back to the high school reunion and be like, oh yeah, you know, I didn't really do anything. I work at the McDonald's.
Yeah.
So, well, looking forward to the album for sure. Definitely got a little bit of a taste of it with the EP, but I know a lot of people are anticipating that, and we have been as well. What do you have upcoming after Hangout Fest? And you've got the 3 sold-out shows at the Fillmore. Are you guys getting a little bit of a break when the album releases? Or just
absolutely not.
All right.
There are no time for breaks. We're actually going to head over to Europe. We're going to hit up some festivals over there, and then we're going to come back here, and then we're going to embark on a couple tours back here, West Coast, East Coast, just hit up a lot of the areas of the United States, and we're going to tour until we can't anymore, really.
Right.
Yeah, you know, we're young. We can do it. We're young and stupid, so
yeah.
Why not annihilate our bodies, you know, every night?
They always say youth is wasted on the young, so, you know, get advantage of that. For sure, you know. Well, that's pretty exciting. I know a lot of people make these references to classic rock and obviously some influences that you have and stuff. What are some of the newer bands and stuff? I remember I read somewhere that you guys had said you were listening to First Aid Kit, like one of my favorite bands.
We love First Aid Kit.
First Aid Kit's great.
As far as the new music goes, we listen. There's definitely a genre that we were kind of drawn to that works our way into the new music, the modern music, and First Aid Kit, Fleet Foxes are another one of those bands. Just that folky kind of idea.
Right.
A lot of Lady Gaga songs that we've been interested in. And
oh, he said it.
I said it. You know what? Lady Gaga's cool.
Yeah, no, she has some really good stuff.
Yeah.
And, there's this band out of Rockaway Beach, New Jersey, Louis Del Mar.
Mm-hmm.
You know Louis Del Mar?
We love Louis Del Mar.
Yeah, well, they are fantastic. I can't wait for their next album.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been listening to a lot of Cloves too. She's actually an Australian artist who's going to be opening for us in July.
Right on.
So yeah, I mean, there's some artists out there that we're excited about.
We can't forget Goodbye June.
Goodbye June, our boys.
Well, I will actually check out the Cloves. I haven't heard of that one before. Well, how is it? I mean, has it affected anything? I know 3 brothers, I know me and my brothers, and we love each other and we love hanging out, but in very small doses. But how has it been? I mean, has it made you guys closer? Is there issues that after a while? Is it a little tiring just day in and day out, or does it work for you guys?
It works great. I think that the dynamic is the same for every single member of the band, and I think everybody feels the same way about everybody else in every single way.
Right on.
And so there's a lot of mutual respect that we have for each other. And, we get along well so far. But it's only been a year. We'll
that's
get back
true.
to
Yeah, Need to Breathe, I think, made it 4 years before they lost their crap, and luckily they figured it out. And same thing with the Follow Well boys. So we'll see. It's a learning curve or whatever. Right. Well, were you guys actually, because it's the 3 brothers, and then you got Danny, were you guys actually friends growing up? Did you know each other, or did you come together just musically?
Sam and I have been, going to school together since first grade, I think.
Yeah, we knew each other since first grade, but we didn't really start hanging out until about middle school, because then we started realizing that we liked the same kind of music.
Yeah.
And all our peers were listening to whatever it was on pop radio, they were listening to Pitbull and
top 40
top
stuff.
40 stuff.
So you're this is garbage. Let's just go over in the corner and listen.
We were just pretty much figuring out about when we hit middle school. I wasn't fully aware that there was this genre of music until later in life, because I grew up with CDs and, the old stuff, all of the old stuff.
Well, I'm definitely glad to see a little bit of actual rock and roll coming back. And of course, we're AAA, and so we've had that, and we see these guys that are still there. But you're right, the music world just seems to be inundated with the same cardboard cutout stuff, and I think that's why your music resonates with such a large audience. The folks that are older and say, man, this reminds me of, and the kids that are younger that say, what the hell is this crap? This is awesome, So I think it's good, like you said, the music brought you guys together, and I think in another way it kind of maybe brings the age groups a little bit closer together, have something to talk about, those reference points.
Totally.
Well, we definitely appreciate you guys taking the time to swing by. I know just crazy busy. I hope you have some fun while you're down here.
We're having a blast.
We're having a blast, yeah. We already went for a swim.
We did.
That's the way to do it. I mean, it changes your life. If you're out there in that heat and that humidity, just jumping in the pool for 10 minutes will really change your life.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Well, try to stay cool out there and come back and soak up some of the AC if you want. In fact, we'll give you a free credit on that one. You don't even have to
thanks, man. Appreciate that.
Right on. Sam and Danny of Greta Van Fleet here on the Roaming Zoo Lounge. Hangout Radio is powered by 92 Zoo.